Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 7. Guess who's back? You know, we bounce around. None of that is worth mentioning. Monique is back. Monique is back. We're going to start there. She has Ashley over at her house. We see that she has redecorated the place. And is this the same house? Yeah, she said that she redecorated. So she got to keep the house. I like what she's done with the place. Honestly, Monique post-divorce, because I feel like we got a little pinch of this version of Monique while she was still married to Chris. However, she still would acquiesce to whatever Chris wanted, whatever his needs were. She was a good wife. I'ma just put it like that. But anyway, I'm getting a call. Hold that thought. As I was saying. My husband is a yapper. Like, he really is. He is a yapper, okay? He called just to see what I wanted for lunch. However, he also had a lot to share. He also had a lot to share. Anyway, we're back. Monique's house. She remodeled. We also find out that T'Challa passed away. T'Challa is no longer with us. She has a new bird that she gets to love on, you know, the same way she did T'Challa. They go and sit out on the lanai. Of course, Ashley wants to know, are you dating? Is there a man? She says she's not. She's not dating. She's focused on herself. And what sent her in, you know, on this whole spiritual, you know, growth journey was getting into that fight with Candace. Monique asked about the group, you know, how's your friend group? You still hanging around the same girls? Ashley shares that she and Giselle started that apparel line at first. You know, now they do philanthropy. That's news to me. That's news to me. But anyway, Monique gets a good laugh because, girl, what? You was in fashion doing what with who? That's crazy. Monique says that she hasn't spoken to Wendy, you know, since she left the building in 5 years ago. She ain't talked to Wendy. So they, you know, Wendy, they didn't get an opportunity to build anything because that was Wendy's first season as well. And so, you know, she didn't get a chance to get to know Monique. She's kind of kept up with Karen. You know, she reached out to her after her sentencing. Ashley now segues to Stacey. Oh, there's a new girl that we're not really sure about her because she's, you know, some things she says, you know, just doesn't align. But I'm not trying to muddy the waters, you know, with her perception of Stacey. I'm going to let her get to know her on her own. But you already planted seeds of doubt. You already putting a little salt on it, and you know it. Anyway, she invites her to a pride event that she's going to be hosting. She's going to have a float. You know, of course, Monique is going to be there, but then she has to warn her Giselle will also be there. You going to be cool with that? She say, is Giselle going to be cool with that? I'm cool. I ain't interested in rehashing nothing. It has been 5 years. I'm moving forward. But if she want to talk, we can, you know, but she ain't worried about it. All right, Wendy. She's watched a few HGTV television shows, you know, the sorts. And so now she's renovating the whole damn house. And when I say that this just, watching it now, it's just like, girl. This just don't look good. It just doesn't look good. Anyway, she mentions her dad didn't wish her happy birthday, but she also hasn't seen him in like 20 years. I don't know if he wished her happy birthday last year or the year before that. I don't know, but that's what she wanted to talk about in this scene. And so that's what we was talking about. She also shares that that Stacey is also coming out with her cannabis line. She and Eddie get a good laugh. You know, they're taking it lightly. It's Housewives nuanced banter. You know, like that's when it comes to Stacey, I'm not bothered by any of it because it just makes me feel. It just gives me the old Housewives days, first season Housewives of Atlanta days. You know, where it's just those silly competitions like that where it creates a story and we can kind of drag it for the remainder, and we can move on. It's nothing too deep, nothing too dark. You know, it just is what it is. Karen tried to do the same thing with her candles, but you know, they kind of vilify you when you're not just like, yeah, I copied you. Yeah, I copied you. But I mean, that takes the fun out of it. That takes the story out of it. Anyway, that's really what Stacey is on, and I think Monique can see her. She sees what's going on here, and she's like, you know what? We should create a strain, and in you know, in her honor. We should do that for her. We should call it. We'll call it copycat, and they get a good laugh. Stacey, she meeting with her people because she about to do a photo shoot with her. She got her cannabis line. It's called Shio. You know, she gives us the meaning and everything because it just means so much to her after finding out about her heritage, her Nigerian roots. She's and see the piece there, you know, people are gonna be upset, but it's just like, hey, whatever. Whatever. Like she could be doing worse things. She really could. And she's not. She's creating a line. Yes, the name of hers is happy, but happy in happy in another language. I love Stacey so much. I really do. She's good TV. She's listen. The girl's got it. She definitely does. Anyway, while she's at her call, while she's at the photo shoot, Ashley calls. She, you know, tells Ashley about the line and everything, and Ashley, of course, is giving her the side eye and, you know, whatever. Ashley asks her about Jazzy's wedding. You gonna be there? She says she gonna be there. Was that it? I think that was it. Anyway, moving on. Angel and her sister, they link up. She and her sister are 12 years apart. Sister look good, okay. Sister look like she ain't nothing but like 2 years. Max 2 years older than her. That's it. And that's what I'm talking about. She and her sister talk, and I don't have a problem with Angel venting in this moment because I feel like most girls would when you are around somebody now that you're very comfortable with, that you can really say what you want to say. You're more than likely going to say it, you know. Granted, she had none of this smoke when the opportunity presented itself, but how many times has that happened to you? It happens. I'm not mad at Angel for sitting up with her sister and dragging the girls. That was just making her feel some type of way. It is what it is. Ain't that what we gonna do? If I had a sister, I don't have a sister. If I had a sister, I would absolutely call my sister and tell her what the thing is, you know, when I done got back and how these folks treated me on this trip. And I'm gonna add a little something on it. We're not gonna go down no colorist road. I saw those takes. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. we're not going down that road. Angel's comments about Wendy having what she say, asshole lips, asshole tight lips or something like that, and the Forrest Whitaker eye. Wendy, when she was sitting up there kikiing and cackling, that's what she saw. So, I mean, who are I to get mad at her for having, you know, a little bit of something with her story because them people hurt her feelings. It's just par for the course. I just don't see I don't see why we would misunderstand that. I don't. Anyway, she just sit up and, you know, yap with her sister about you know what it was, and her sister had her back, of course. Her sister called, and not Wendy, Miss Before and After. That was a good one, sister. That was a good one. Okay, moving on. Tia's son, y'all. First of all, he ain't doing his homework. His sister, he's sitting up there with his sister. She's doing her homework. He's not doing his homework. Tia says, so you need to get started on your homework. Why are you not doing your homework? She's doing her homework. Because I don't want to. And then she goes to try to take the tablet from him. And he does this. Anyway, she goes sit with her husband and daughters, and they fill her in on the birthday party shenanigans. Somebody let it slip because they was mad they wasn't invited, and so they put it on the internet. They put the address on the internet, so you know the whole town's kids showed up to the house. It was too many people. It was a lot of people. One of the daughters called the police on her own party. She needed to get them folk up out of there. The little sister came in there and said that somebody threw up beside her bed. Anyway, they had a story. They had a story for Mama. They had a story for Tia when she got back. Moving on. Giselle, she's headed to Atlanta. She's still petitioning her father's will. That lady, his daddy's wife is a piece of work. She is a piece of work. She's dragging this. Anyway, so Giselle headed to Atlanta to do that. We find out that the judge still want to do some digging. So we still petitioning. We still riding this wave. Kiana and Greg, they headed to the Wu-Tang concert. They have a cute little scene. Kiana was getting tipsy. She was sitting up there getting tipsy, okay, before the concert. They're in a much better space. They went to therapy. They've been going to therapy. It's been helpful. Good for them. Wendy and Stacy meet for lunch. They come in there both wearing red with their middle part bust down. So great minds think alike. Wendy, like I said, doesn't take Stacy serious at all because we see that Stacy's not taking herself seriously. So it's just like, why? How can you be mad at somebody like that? She's very unserious. And so I can't do nothing but laugh at you. And not in no like shady way. Stacy's hilarious without even trying. So Wendy gets it. This is a game. We're going to just go with it. She talks about the cannabis line, Wendy's, because when we bring up the name, Wendy's like, girl, okay. Now, first it was funny. Now, all right, girl. I'm gonna try with you, but girl, don't push it. Don't push it. Anyway, because she tells her, I'm not trying to bite off your brand or anything like that. It's nothing like that. I'm not trying to steal your thunder. She thanks her for saying so. Moving on. It's Jazzy's wedding day. She got to have the cameras there. She had enough guests. She had enough of the girls there for her to have them cameras there. So, I guess they was doing her a solid. They did her a solid because everybody didn't go. It was just Wendy, Ashley, and Stacy. Ashley feels like Stacy only went because the two of them, she and Wendy booked their tickets. And so she felt like, oh, now I mean, now Stacey wants to go. However be, whatever. Like, all y'all are in the building because you getting a check for going and all of that. That's why all of y'all are there. So let's not make it seem like Stacey's doing something that you're not doing. Are you like really, really cool with Jazzy? I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that, but whatever. Whatever. Anyway, we see the nuptials. Congratulations to them. They don't even stay that long. That's how I know you there for your check too. Y'all ain't even stay long. y'all was on a flight somewhere else before the wedding was over. Couldn't even stay for the whole wedding. Couldn't even stay for the reception. You didn't even stay for the reception. So just be quiet, Ashley. You the pot calling the kettle. You the kettle calling the pot. Both y'all asses is black. Anyway. Jazzy's wedding venue, the things, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we down to the Pride event. Giselle brought Grace with her. I don't know why Giselle brought Grace with her. Now, there are just certain settings. I just feel like right now, not now. Now's not the time for y'all to be clubbing, hanging out together, doing risque activities together. Now's not the time. If she had been 30, cool. But she in college her damn self. Like, even in college, like, I would have went to, like, the family reunion party with my mama at her age. I would have never went to the club or to, like, no party where folks is finna be freaked out, drinking, drugging, doing all the things. Because straight away, Ashley was on her inappropriate, she was on that. She was on that. They always like, Ashley, her daughter's over there. She don't care. Giselle don't either. That's why she brought her. Anyway, she could have took her to another event. She really could have. I ain't saying Grace shouldn't be down to Pride. Grace can go to Pride, but Grace can go to Pride with her friends, with her own friends. Anyway, we all having a good time. Oh, let me go through these t-shirt names. She give everybody a name. They was all falling all over. I'm like, yuck. And that y'all, I'm not moved by Ashley's look. I'm not moved by Trey Ashley. Not at all. Anyway, she gave everybody a shirt with nicknames. We got Olive Her Tits. That was a good one. They were all cute. That was for Angel. Oliver Her Tits. Like Oliver Twist. We got Degrees D's Nuts for Wendy. Lick Her Hosen. That was for Stacy. Proper Puss Popper. That was for T. Proper Puss Popper. That was for Tia. Serving Jizz. That was for Giselle. And it's like, damn, her daughter's right there. Come on. Come Inject Her. That was for Kay. That was a real good one. That was a good one. The girls, just having a good kiki, and then Monique strolls in. And Giselle can't stop fixing her hat. She can't stop nervously putting her hat on, fixing her hat. But she, she's all smiles. She laughs it off. Monique, gives everybody a hug. She gets a shirt as well. Hers is Dr. Do It A Lot. Hold that thought. All right, let me hurry up with this, because if this man interrupt me one more time. Like, where was I? Oh, I was talking about Monique. Monique came in there. Monique came into the place. Everybody's having a good time. She even gives. Does she give Giselle a hug? I think she does. They greet one another. It's all smiles. She's on good energy. She really is. And we're standing around. It's a good vibe. And then here comes Kiana. Oh, Monique, I'm so glad that you had a chance to meet Stacy. Monique, everybody looking like it's her first time seeing and meeting a few folk up in here. Monique ain't been here in a while. She don't know these people. Girl, where we going with this? Even Giselle was looking like, now what was said? What we doing? That wasn't on the script. That wasn't on the script. We was having a good time here. That wasn't on the script. This could have waited till we got back to the house, sat down to a dinner. That's the appropriate time to do some stuff like this. See, Kiana, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. It's off color. It's off putting. Cause what? I just heard Samuels. Monique, like, dude, this is my first time meeting this lady. What do you? We're confused, girl. Where are we going with this? Oh, cause then she was dating your ex-husband, Samuel. She was dating your ex-husband, Chris. Stacey looking like, what? Yeah, she was dating your ex-husband, girl. To be continued, because that's where. I don't know about you, Kiana. I don't know about you, girl, because starting off, I really enjoyed you. I really liked you. I was willing to give you a shot. I really was. But this, you have the edits, what you gave the people. That no, this isn't your best performance. It's just not. It's just not. Anyway, moving on. We'll be back next week for the rest of it. And again, I really hope that Monique pays it all, does, and she's just like, oh, it's nice to meet you. I don't care who he's dating. I don't care who he went on a date with. Y'all ain't got to run. Y'all ain't got to. It's cool. It's gonna be okay. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.